Welcome to the live stream. Sorry, I have a lot of things going on. I'm still having problems with the weird light thing that some angles I like turn really, really white. Like, what is this? I wonder if that's happening for you guys. But, how are you guys doing today? I know we need to wait for people to get here, but we're doing tarot readings today. And I've already stalked them, but I'll tell you guys about it again once people are here. So if people are interested, the link is in the chat. But yeah, what was I gonna say? Today is Sunday. I don't know what I was gonna say. I started playing Baldur's Gate with my friends last night with Ryker, and I'm very excited because I've had this character that I've wanted to play D&D with for the longest time. His name is Jericho, and I am just excited because Baldur's Gate just has the perfect haircut for him. He's perfect. I can't wait to play more. We're gonna play more tonight. I'm excited. Hi, Paper Flower. What's going on? In other news, if you haven't been here the last couple streams, the last stream that we did was 8 hours long, and it was on Smoke and Mirrors. I think methinks that command is not set up. So let me get a rabbit for you. Honestly, I'll give you the live stream. It was so long. Here's the live stream. Dude, when was this? I think this was on Thursday? 2 days ago. Thursday. It was Thursday, I thought. We were live for over 8 hours. We were live for 8.5 hours almost. And we were doing a cooking stream. And it was amazing. We got so many good foods. And then we put all the recipes. There's still one more that we want to add. The like chicken burrito recipe. But I added those to Patreon. So if you are a part of the Smoke and Mirrors Patreon or the Smoke and Mirrors members, you have access to those. Or if you're part of Samael tier. But I need to still add Samael tier to this channel, to Meddling Mediums. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, in Smoke and Mirrors, we have a top tier that's 250. It is called the Samael King of Demons tier or whatever. And that tier has access to all of the benefits of our other channels, like memberships. So if you don't want to like pay for each membership, you can pay for the $250 tier, and you'll get access to benefits from Meddling Mediums, Smoke and Mirrors, and Hey by Spirit. So far, that's what we got so far. But you'll get access to all of that in one place, as well as some other things that you'll get. But I'm working on adding all of the posts to each one of the like platforms, and I've gotten all of them done except for Meddling Mediums. So I have to add Hey By and Smoke and Mirrors to Meddling Mediums. Yeah. So this channel doesn't have the same IL tier yet, but the other ones should. Kristen! Welcome! And for the people, I decided to just immediately put in stock of these. So if you guys are interested, I'll give you the link. So that is the link. We're doing tarot readings. We're going to do 3-card tarot readings. I'm like capping it at 3 cards. So we're going to do 3-card tarot readings. If you would like a more in-depth reading, This is private readings. And if you guys are interested in those, I changed those a little bit so they aren't an email reading per se where I like type stuff out. I record a video with all of your like information, question, whatever, and then I send you that video through, it will be on YouTube unlisted so other people can't see it, but you have the link so you have access. So if you're interested in private readings, I'll be more in depth there, but we're doing 3 card readings today. And if you come here and they're sold out, most likely I'm going to restock them a couple times. I want to try to do 15 today, 15 readings, if that's possible, if people are interested. So, yeah. So I'm going to restock them in 5 intervals, like in like 5 slot intervals is what I wanted to say. So right now there are 4 left because Kristen just got one. But if you guys are interested in the tarot readings, we can do that. But yeah, Ryker says I'm still tired from our 8-hour live stream. I can't believe we were live for so long. I've never been live that long in my 5 years of doing this shit. I've never been live that long. Friday, because I had to work. It was Friday? Dude, I do not remember. The YouTube says it was Friday too, but I'm just like, we were live so long, I'm pretty sure we were live for a few days, even though it was just 8 hours. You're not doing so well today. One day when I save enough, I hope to get a reading from you. I appreciate it. Yeah, these readings are $35. Hi, from the UK. Hello, Sarah. I still have to respond to your email. But I hope you're enjoying your readings that I've been giving you. I'm going to be using my Angel Tarot deck today. This is a good one. This is Gabriel on it. And when I say my Angel Tarot deck, I mean Ryker's Angel Tarot deck. But Ryker doesn't like it as much because they aren't a love and light bitch. But neither am I. I'm just here for the angels. Yeah. Yes, they were amazing. I'm glad to hear it. Okay. I'm going to start doing Kristen's readings. I want to do a lot, and I also want to play games today. It's our tarot deck. What's mine is yours. They say that to me a lot. And I'm like, but you want it. We got the Raphael deck, or Raphael colored. It's just him. Okay. I'm gonna start doing Kristen's reading. If people have questions, like general questions, please do not hesitate to ask. I will answer them in between me talking to people about the readings. But, Kristen, I know you're here. Do you have a question? He's my guide. Raphael? We work with Raphael. We've worked with him before. He has this, like, soft boy energy, I feel like. Like, if you were in high school, he would be, like, the music dude with the long hair, and he's just, like, so smooth and, like, could care less about anything. Okay, Kristen says, hi, can you please pull some tarot cards regarding my spiritual journey or awakening? Yes. I feel like this is a good deck for that. I dropped one. Most of these angels I've never heard of before. but I'm assuming a lot of them are from the, like, 72 angels and 72 demons. I get long hair too blonde. Yes, that's the vibe I get. He kind of looks like Thor with long hair, like how they depict Thor. But he doesn't have a personality like Thor. Thor is a little bit jockey for him, like too jockey. Okay, so 3 pentacles. What is this? King of Swords. Knight of Wands. Okay, so spiritual journey. Let's start with your first card. You have the 3 of Pentacles, and it's upside down or in reverse. This makes me feel like a lot of people like left in your life. So 3 of Pentacles usually deals with, it's usually collaboration with other people. But when it's in reverse like it is here, you're starting to work more one-on-one with yourself. You're working alone. But at the same time, it's kind of like you feel kind of uncomfortable about it. You feel sort of like misaligned, like you don't know what you're doing or where you're going. Because sometimes this card can also refer to like things that are misaligned or like out of balance or like some sort of like disharmony, if that makes sense. And they're telling me that because you can see this like line going up. They're like, you feel a lot of pressure to keep going forward, but you don't know how. And I feel like a lot of other people were guiding you before, and now that you don't feel aligned to those people anymore, you're kind of walking the path yourself, and you feel very lost about it. Your next card, you have this card sideways, King of Swords. King of Swords is sideways. I also don't think I can tell you what these angels are, because their names are like crazy to me. I can do the ones that have the L in them, but this is like Vashara. But King of Swords. And when a card appears sideways, it represents a decision or action. So the King of Swords is representative of a it's usually someone that has authority over truth. So it is trying to figure out what that means. And with a card, like with a king card that's sideways, it deals with masculine energy. So there's 2 sides of masculine energy. The more upright, positive aspect, which is more of a leadership role, which is kind of like, I'm going to put these factors into play and is going to help guide or lead things down the path. However, there is also the more negative reversal side of masculine energy, which is more controlling. And it's very much, if I can control things, then I have an expectation of the results. So it's kind of like a back and forth of that. Because we feel lost with this first card, we're trying to almost like create a narrative. We're trying to distort the truth, and trying to control the story because we feel uncomfortable about just walking around in the unknown. Because right now, you very much have to trust that whatever the universe gives you is something you're going to be able to handle. Because King energy is very much like you have the authority over your own life. However, there's a difference between trying to be the dictator of it and controlling it versus just going with it. Just having the confidence in yourself to be able to trust in whatever comes to you. So they're like, you cannot control fully what your life is doing, but you can control like your reaction to it. You can control how you prepare for it, that sort of thing. So they're like, you just need to have this more open-mindedness to what is going to come and to more so focus on your own truth, like your inner truth and who you are as the King of Swords. And that's going to allow you to move forward in more of an aligned place, in more of a like, what is the right word? Like purposeful? Because right now you feel kind of lost. Ryker's coming down the stairs. Libby. Hello. Okay. And then your last card, because we're doing 3 card readings, we're doing, this is the Knight of Wands reversed. And Anna, yo. That's how the angel's name is. But Knight of Wands, upside down or in reverse. The Knight of Wands usually it represents a kind of like inspired action. So knights usually deal with forward progression. But with this card being in reverse, you're kind of more so looking backwards. And it is uncomfortable because it's sort of it feels like a delay, a setback. You feel stuck. You feel like you're not moving forward because you're not. But you are looking backwards to try to gain an understanding of how to move forwards. Because they make me feel like your life has been... They want me to say you felt like for a very long time that you held the reins in your own life, that you were able to like control things, like you had the ability to like control your anything, and then this huge thing happened that caused you to like lose the reins, and now you're kind of just trusting that the horse is going to get you to where you need to go. So now you need to... They want me to say you need to reestablish what stability looks like for you. And that is going to be finding your truth and understanding your truth and relaying the foundation in yourself in order to move forward and to feel confident walking around trusting in the universe and may not like know where you're going with it. You say, yes, that is very true. I feel very much alone in my life at the moment. And that was more in the beginning of the reading. But they very much make me say that the reason why you feel so alone right now is because you are trying to find and ignite your light. So I feel like you're the type of person that thrives on relationships and you give your light to a lot of people. That is kind of your way of being able to control the things around you. You fall into things that make you feel like you have a sense of expectation of what's going to happen in the future. But now you don't have any expectation and you don't have these people in your life to sort of like cater that expectation. You have to fully build it and develop it yourself. And that is like what this sideways card, this King of Swords, is kind of igniting in you. Is you're alone right now, you are focusing solely on yourself, and the universe is trying to make you look inwards so that you can see the things that have happened in your past, so you can start learning who you are right now, because things have changed. A lot of things in your life have changed, and it's changed your truth. It changed how you view the world. So that is going to be the best guidance on your spiritual journey, is to look backwards at how far you've come and start laying down the bricks based on the experiences that you had in the past. And those laying down of the foundation and stability is going to be more deep-seated in who you are instead of being deep-seated in other people. Will I always be alone? No. They're like, you need to develop who you are first, because you're going through so much change that it's going to be hard to keep someone close to you that isn't ready to go through the amount of change that you're going to go through. So it is hard to keep people, because a lot of people, they don't like change. They're very resistant to it. So when you start going through a lot of change, a lot of those people leave because it makes them uncomfortable. So once you start creating these foundations in yourself, things are going to start slowing down and feeling more like routine, like normal. I want to say like a new normal, because it's not going to go back to how it was. It's just going to be different. And once that starts happening, people will start coming more inwards. This reading specifically is talking about the reason why you're alone and how it is beneficial to your life right now is you don't have the ability to latch onto other people for your own purpose. You have to be able to be okay with just being you. It's kind of like, I feel like you like live for people. You're like the type of person that is like caretaker of like, I will literally do anything to make you feel better. And that is like my purpose in life. It makes me as happy as possible if you're happy. And the universe is like, okay, what happens when they go away? How are you going to view your value then? So they're like, it is a good thing right now that these people are not in your life or farther away, so that you have time to live for yourself. And once you establish that, then people will come back into your life. You'll have more people around you because you have a better idea of who you are. And if those people come and go, it's not going to destroy you as badly because you still have the foundation that you built inside. Okay, that makes so much sense, Em. Thank you so much. I'm very much a caretaker and a giver. But yeah. Do you have any questions before I move on to Libby? Oh gosh, what is happening? Because I think... Oh, sorry, Sarah. Okay. How can I manage my anxiety now? Sorry, I'm asking them about that. It's going to be a lot of emotional healing. You need to figure out where the anxiety has come from. And they want to say it is going to be a lot of looking at your core beliefs that you built when you were younger. When you are, what's the word? When you start developing these like core beliefs, it happens when you're very young. So a lot of times we don't realize how those come to be. And they're like, in order for you to be able to look inward, you need to look at your core beliefs and how those happened. So like, for example, maybe your parents were always worried about money, and obviously they're not going to talk about money to a child, but just them figuring out the bills around you is going to instill core beliefs in you. So maybe you become like, hey, you have the scarcity mindset that they had. So now as an adult, you might have like $15,000 in your savings account and your brain says, that's not enough. What if the house burns down? I'm not going to have enough money to like deal with things. So you like penny pinch the money. You're like, I can't go on vacation. I can't buy anything. I can only buy essentials, even though you have $15,000 in your savings account. It's kind of like that. Does that make sense? Hi, Tiny. Yeah, if anyone is interested in tarot readings, I have some available. Thank you so much for the reading. You're always very helpful. No, thank you for the reading, Kristen. You're always very supportive. Sarah, what question do you have for your reading? Me, but I'm working on it. Same. I definitely feel that. She is here. Do you have a question? Tiny. Tiny, you'll be after this reading. Yeah, Sarah, do you have a question? And is this for you? Because I saw in here that it was for Libby. Yeah, okay. Do you have a question for your reading? How are you, Tiny? I am stressed. Like I told you guys before, I'm doing a lot of reading streams because I really want to do this workshop for this YouTuber that I love. She was a like YouTube guru for a while, and then she moved to doing lifestyle vlogs, and now she's a mom and she does TikTok-y stuff, and she's having a workshop about content creation and income streams, and I really want to do it. So I've been trying to save money up to do that said thing. But I'm a little bit worried that I'm not going to be able to do. Yeah, it's chill. Yeah, Libby, do you have a question before I start your reading? If not, I can just give you a general reading as well. While you respond, I'll tell you about our cat. We got a new cat, as people don't know. Her name is Hex, and she's a little tortie. I think she's like 4 to 5 months old. She has, what is it called? Giardia. She's sick. She's got bugs in her tummy. Which is a time. So we've been giving her antibiotics, and I'm just worried that the antibiotics aren't working because she still has watery poops. So I'm hoping that it works the first time, but I'm worried that it's not. So I'm pretty sure you have to recheck in 2 weeks after you're done giving the antibiotics to them, because if you check it prior, the antibiotics will show up. I don't know how it works. What is my path? Okay. But she's adorable. I really like her a lot. She's becoming more cuddly, and we've been putting her in burritos, where you take a blanket and you like roll them like a burrito, and then you hold them, and she fucking loves it. She's adorable. Anyways, so Libby's path. Let's start with your first card. You have the Page of Wands. And the Page of Wands is upside down or in reverse. Sorry, I'm looking at the rest. 2 of Pentacles. And this is upright. Okay, I feel like you're very emotionally driven. And that's not from this card, it's from your other ones. So let's start with this one first. You have the Page of Wands. And the Page of Wands is upside down or in reverse. No, for my daughter. Yes, for Libby. Got you. So for this card, the Page of Wands, pages usually deal with people that are at the start of a journey. So they're still kind of learning things. They're still kind of students. They don't have a lot of experience. And with this card, upside down or in reverse, it is showing a lot of that inexperience. And since this is a wand cards usually deal with ideas or inspiration. So basically what this card is entailing is someone that is a little bit insecure about your ideas. There is kind of like a lack of ideas, or like a worry that you're not going to be able to fully like realize those ideas. And I feel like they're influenced by emotions because of the other cards that are here. I feel like you're more in tune with the emotional sides of things, but there's still a lot of blocks in trying to like figure out or juggle things in your life. It's kind of like you're not sure what you want to do in the future because there's so many options, but at the same time, there's like not the perfect option, and it's just kind of like, it's frustrating. The the way they want me to explain it is it's like you look around and you see people that don't think you're getting the messages. I'm getting them now. They're just very delayed. But this reading is for Libby. Libby's life path. So with that in mind, they're talking about it being like everyone around you just seems like they have so much figured out and you're still trying to figure it out. It's very it's like you look at other people that have like known they want to be a doctor their entire life. They like came out with a stethoscope around their neck and you're like, wow, you're so like made to do this, but you're not really sure. It's very kind of up in the air. You like don't have that thing that is like so certain that you want to do. There's like a lot of things that you want to do. I feel like you have a lot of like ideas, but the experience aspect of it makes you a little bit nervous to go after it because you don't know how to handle it. You don't know what to do to make it happen. And I feel like there's a lot of emotions tied to it. It's kind of like a desperation of you wanting it to work. You want the best thing. You want to figure it out. And those emotions are sort of already sabotaging things. They're like self-sabotage because you feel so desperate to make it happen that you already have this core belief that it won't work out. So you're trying to just... It's kind of like you feel lost, but you're like, you've been walking around so long feeling lost that you don't feel like you have the experience to get out. And they're talking about it in a sense of like, the lack of experience makes you feel like you aren't like worthy enough to achieve your dreams. And I'm getting a lot of this also from the rest of your spread. So you have two cards that are crossing here. And when cards cross like this, they block one another. So we'll start with your bottom card, which is where I'm getting the emotional stuff. You have the Page of Cups. And the Page of Cups usually deals more on the emotional side of things. So you have the Page of Wands, which is ideas. And the Page of Cups is more emotions, passions, that sort of thing. When the page is upright, it's usually someone that's very trusting. They're very open-hearted to every experience they have. Like, they are open-hearted to love, passion, whatever. But this card is being blocked by the top card, which is the Two of Pentacles. And the Two of Pentacles is sideways, representing a decision or action. The Two of Pentacles deals with prioritization. I feel like you are very adaptable and you can juggle a lot of things, and that's the thing that kind of makes it hard for you to figure it out, because it's kind of it's kind of like you're good at a lot of things, so there isn't a direct like path for that. You have to choose what it is. It's kind of like a lot of other people are maybe more boring and they're kind of more, I want to do the same thing every day. That is what stability looks to me. I want to have like a computer job where I input information and it pays me a good bill and I go home and then I can do whatever the fuck I want. But here is a little bit different because I feel like you have this page energy, because it's just being reflected in your spread of, I want to learn everything, I want to experience everything, and I want my job to reflect that. And that's making it hard for you because it still has those elements to these jobs that other people just do a job because they're supposed to do a job, and you want to do a job because you enjoy it. And I'm not even saying like that's because this is like your life path as a whole. I feel like you need to have some sort of like thing that you're working towards, like some sort of goal. And I feel like you have this page aspect of your life of, I want to just experience life in the like youthful, like exploration, curiosity. I just want to know how everything just works. And a lot of other people just don't care. They just want normalcy, routine, monotony. You do not want monotony. You want to experience everything. You just want to know what it's like. So this Two of Pentacles is like, you're very adaptable. You can handle so many different things. She's 16. I keep telling her she doesn't need to worry. I was the same way, because I was like, I could do this, or this. And now I'm a YouTuber and I can do whatever the fuck I want. So they're like, it's that sort of aspect. You are going to have to try things in order to figure out what you want to do. So like if it is in a job aspect, you're going to need to try different jobs, and you have to not be afraid to leave them to go find something else when something's not working for you, because I also feel like that is something that is hard for you, because you have this Two of Pentacles is like prioritization. So it is very much a like, you are trying to figure out how to juggle things, but there are things that you shouldn't be juggling. There are things that are taking your time, energy, and effort that you're wasting your time on. So once you figure out it's not serving you, you don't want to do it, that is the time to switch. And I feel like that is kind of the like mindset that is hard for you, because you get emotionally attached to things. You like imprint on things. So change is hard because that means you're changing these things you have emotionally imprinted on. You like marry yourself to like your job, your friends, whatever. So even though you're very good at change, because this page energy wants to experience everything, you're also very hesitant of it because you're emotionally tied to all of these things, and the loss is hard. So with trying to figure out what you want to do in the future, you need something that has a lot of room for exploration. You need a lot of like stimulation, if you will. So like, for example, for me, this is how I understand it. I went to school for graphic design, and going into the like traditional cozy job that everyone wants, that's a corporate job. And when you go into that, you get a lot of benefits. You get a high paycheck. However, you do the same thing over and over and over again, because there are so many people at this corporation. They give you one job, you wear one hat, you do that thing every single day over and over again, and then you go home and you live your life. And people like that. I'm not like that person. I feel like you're not like that person. So I thrived better at a like smaller, like mom and pop sort of place, where I wore a lot of hats. I was the web designer, I was the graphic designer, I was a social media manager, I managed a store, I was a retail like associate. I wore all of these hats. That is going to more so fit your bill than a corporate job or a monotonous job, something that you do over and over and over again. You need something that has a stimulation. And that's honestly why I ended up in a YouTube space, because I can do literally whatever I want. So it's like, you need to go after paths that allow the most variation, because unlike other people, you're very good at juggling everything. You're adaptable. And that's what makes it hard to try to fit into society that wants you to just narrow and just be one thing, because that's not going to make you happy. And then your last card, you have the Ten of Wands. And the Ten of Wands deals with like carrying a lot of burden, extra responsibilities. You like challenges. You're a hard worker. That's this card. But this card also warns against burnout. Because I also feel like you're the type of person that will go into a job and you do things 10 times faster than anyone that is there. Because all the other people that are there that like the monotonous of their job, they do it really slowly. And they do it really slowly because they don't really give a fuck. You emotionally tie yourself to everything because they're your passions. That's why you want to find a job, career, or life path that is going to resonate with you. Because you're very passionate about what you want to be doing. You don't want your job to feel like a job. So you do things very, very quickly and very, very passionately and very, very excitedly. And that is going to absolutely burn you out because people are going to be like, wow, you do this 10 times faster than this like 50-year-old over here. So I'm just going to give you all of their responsibilities and then fire them. And then you can do their responsibilities and your responsibilities in half the time. And then they expect that. So they're like, you're going to have to try things and learn because you are like jack of all trades, golden child going into a field. People would love to have you, but people will also take advantage of you. So, yeah, you say I love music and wondering if that's what I should do. I 100% think it would be best for you to do some sort of entrepreneurship type thing where you have more control over what you're doing. So doing a music aspect, maybe start a YouTube channel now. Maybe do TikTok, something along the lines that it like starts your own business. I feel like that would be more in line with what your reading is talking about. Because I feel like that's going to be more your vibe than going into all of the like corporate monotonous aspects in a more traditional space. You need some sort of untraditional thing. So going into music, that might be a hard path to do, and it might also be a hard way to find still having that creativity within it. But doing some sort of entrepreneurial thing, I don't know why that word is so hard for me to say. It will give you the ability to have a lot of hats doing it and allows you to do things that you like to do, allows you to explore and learn in different areas. You need to just have something that we wear a lot of hats. So do you have any questions before I move on to Tiny? And again, if you guys are interested in a reading, they are linked at the top of chat. They're also in the description. But Libby, let me know if you have any questions before I move on. Is she a Gemini? Because same. Dude, that's Aries energy too. It's very much like Aries like should jump, like take leaps of faith constantly. Like, oh, I'm bored. So. And then Tiny, a delayed response because I was doing my dishes, but I'm doing good. Had brunch, fed the cats, and just chilling. Dude, that sounds nice. She's a Leo. Makes sense when you want to do music. And I say that because Leos are like main character energy. So people will be, what's the word? Drawn to you. If you will. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions. And then Tiny, let me know if you have a question for your reading. We're doing 3-card tarot readings. I need to sneeze. You couldn't stop me. Ryker's telling me to be blessed. You know, people when you're like, I'm about to sneeze, and they're like, bless you, and then you're like, never mind. I got used to it, so now I can sneeze when people tell me that. Bless me early. You're welcome. Told her that. Yeah, a lot of Leos do well on YouTube as well. Leo energy is very much a it's lion energy. It's sun energy. It's main character energy. It makes sense. I thought about giving you a choice of picking between like me and my cat reading, career, or just whatever. Your cat wants a reading? That would be hilarious. I'll give you a general reading. Whatever's gonna happen, happens. Me and my cat reading. Tiny, we have 4 cats now. How does that happen? Sarah Libby says, no, that was spot on. Thanks, I'm no problem. Yeah, we have 4 cats. Dude, there's someone in here the other day that had 9 cats, and I'm like, oh no, that's gonna be fucking us. And the problem is, I need a Samoyed dog, puppy. I need one, too. So, we're at least gonna have 3 dogs, because Ryker wants a, English Mastiff. Or a Rottweiler. I don't know if they've decided yet.
Depends on how much I want a Mastiff after my mom gets one.
You're gonna want one.
I know.
And I'm fine with that. I feel like it might be a little easier to have a Mastiff. As long
would be easier than a Rottweiler.
Yeah. As long as it's a girl, and as long as she doesn't take me for a walk.
They don't like going for walks.
Got you. That's even better.
They're lazy.
Yeah, I would be done. Get a Tibetan Mastiff. Are those? That's like
Those
kind
are
of
the
what's.
really big fluffy ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hassan's dog is.
Hassan. Yeah.
Mastiff, yes.
Honestly, that's a lot of cats. 9 cats is a fucking lot. 4 cats is a fucking lot. Yeah, little Hex. I can't wait for you guys to meet her. She's sick, so we don't want to touch her and then touch all of the animals. We're doing paid reading, so if you guys are interested in a reading, I can grab the link for you. Sorry, I sing it. Here we go. Here is the link. They're $35. Pineapple. Okay. Honestly, that's a lot of cats. It is a fucking lot of cats. Sorry, I'm just reading chat. I struggle with one. I give props to others with multiples. I'm an animal person. It's like my dream to just be surrounded by animals. Somehow I convinced Ryker to be okay with ducks in the future, and I'm gonna die when we have ducks. The ducks are gonna live outside. But I fucking can't wait. I saw them on Instagram yesterday. Yeah, Ryker posted a post on their Instagram page, on their personal.
Follow me on Instagram.
I have a dog named Gojo. He's a husky. Yeah, huskies are high energy. Huskies make me a little bit nervous, but they do sound funny. The lady that I worked with had a husky that she would bring in. Her name was Princess, and she was adorable. We liked Princess. Tibetan Mastiffs are also known as a Russian bear hunting dog. They're hella massive. Yeah. I like our little corgi, and I don't know how we got to the point where we needed a Samoyed, but now I need a Samoyed. And then we're probably going to get a Mastiff. Because Ryker's mom's getting a Mastiff, and I don't think Ryker's going to be able to handle it. Okay, so this is for Tiny. We're doing a general reading of just whatever. My mom and I used to have an English Mastiff. Yeah, her name was Juno. He talks back a lot. He's very dramatic. I mean, our dog kind of sounds like a husky, I feel like. She's just...
People on TikTok think she is a husky.
People on TikTok say that they think she's a husky. She's just a weird color. But Tiny, your first 2 cards. You have 2 cards that cross. Oh, you got a Lucifer. This is the Lucifer card. This is the Devil card. which makes sense. Anyways, and then we have the Nine of Swords. But I'm using my Angel deck today, so anxiety. Okay, let's go into this. We have the Devil card. The Devil card is being blocked by the Nine of Swords. The Devil card deals with restriction, limiting beliefs, attachments, all of that stuff, like your shadow self, if you will. And we're trying to release this. I feel like this is being triggered to shit right now. I feel like you are worried about everything, and it is triggering all of your insecurities, and those insecurities are making you want to go backwards instead of forwards. And we are trying to release this, but we don't know how, because we're actively being triggered. So how do you process something that is actively being triggered and is not something that you can avoid? So this card is being blocked by the Nine of Swords, which is not great. Nine of Swords is trauma. It's anxiety, worry, fear, depression. It's nightmare energy, and it's sideways because we're trying to work through it. We're trying not to be triggered by it. We're trying to have courage and release the fear, but it sucks. It's very much like some sort of scarcity mindset is preventing you from going towards the things that you want. It's preventing you from getting the career that you want. It's preventing you from thinking straight. You're just so anxious about your situation that you can't really function. That's what's going on with these two cards. The anxiety is the thing that you need to work on. And it's very much like, where is this anxiety coming from? Why do you feel this anxiety? They want me to say, go back and look at what you're anxious about and try to find the facts associated to it. Sorry, massive delay from here with questions. Am I moving to America? Is that your question? But yeah, sorry, I know that you have a delay, so let me know while I finish doing this reading, and I can tell you after I do Tiny's reading. But it's very much like the world is on fire, and I can't calm down because I have to put this fire out. So they're like, you need to focus on where the anxiety is coming from. They want me to say, the more you put the fire out, the fire just continues to keep moving. So you need to figure out what is causing the fire to start in the first place. So that is figuring out, like I said in the last one, where those core beliefs are coming from. Where they're like, you need to find where the truth aspects are, and that's going to make it feel more like you have control over your life. And what I want to say about that is I feel like you're focusing on a lot of the things that you can't do. So like in the burning building example, maybe you can't leave, maybe you can't do this, you have to put the fire out. There's a lot of reasons why you can't do things, but you need to focus on the things that you can do. So once you're able to extinguish some of these flames, then you can focus in on where did these beliefs come from that are starting the fires. Does that make sense? But they're like, you're really anxious. You don't know what you want to do. And the world around you is not helping because it's constantly being like, you can't focus and chill or calm down and like actually get yourself out of the situation because you have to focus on this absolute like hellfire burning around you. So sorry, looking at this card, I'm like, where is your head, sir? I get it now. This is Michael. This is the Four of Cups. His head is here. I was like, what is happening in this picture? But I get it now. But Four of Cups. Four of Cups usually, and it's upright, it usually deals with, it's like focusing on the things that are in front of you, and it's causing you to miss the opportunities passing you. Charles, is your birthday today? You're a Leo? Oh no. The cards in your thumbnail are rad. Yeah. No, that's what it's called. I think I got that picture off of Pixabay. But yeah, four of cups. The way I like to explain it is it's like you have 3 cups in front of you, and those 3 cups in front of you are your entire focus. So when the universe comes up behind you and it has another opportunity for you, you're so focused on these things that it passes you, because you're like, this is what the world is. I have known the world to look like these 3 things. These are the options. Like, there's nothing else. But if you got up and like turned around and looked around, you would see there's more options behind you. But there's this expectation because you're in this situation that you only have so many options. But there are other non-traditional, that sort of thing. I can't think of like a word that would like help with that. It's just like, it's like an unusual answer to your question. You need to look around to have a different perspective of like what's going on, because you're very focused on the like, I can't do anything because I need to look at these 3 options and these 3 options are not helping me. But if you're like, okay, well, these aren't helping me anyways, I'm gonna go try and like experiment on like some weird like answers to this question, and then maybe it would help better. And then your last card, which makes sense in all of this. I don't normally use this deck, so I'm interested by the pictures. You have the Hierophant card sideways. So again, this is a decision or action. Hierophant is where that traditional aspect comes from. I feel like you are focusing on a traditional answer or a traditional solution. And when I say traditional, it's kind of like the expected. So like, the Hierophant I like to explain is it's like, it talks about how society wants you to do things in a very specific way, in a very specific manner. So you are constantly fighting against the expectation. So it's like society says you need to do life this way. You need to go to school. You need to get a job. You need to get married, have kids, settle down. All of these things like need to happen at a very specific time in a very specific way. That is traditional. That is the traditional aspects of life, of society, I should say. But it's sideways because I don't think traditional ways of solving this problem are working for you. You need to look more in a unconventional, that's the word I was looking for, an unconventional answer. You need to look at something that is starkly different than anything you've tried before. Does that make sense? And then, do you have questions? And then Sarah will get to your question. I'll probably use this pendulum and pull a card. But yeah, Tiny, let me know if that makes sense and if you have questions. Okay, that's what I thought. While you answer, okay, wait, you answered. Yes, but no, because every time I hear it, I am just so confused. No, I know what you mean. Because how? They want me to give you the advice of focus on the things that you can't do. Say, these are the things that are not working. I cannot do these things. And then focus on the things that you can, because they make me feel like you're in a tight spot. So things are going to be a lot clearer if you can get out of the tight spot first. So the way you're going to do that is focusing on what you can do to go forward. And it's not going to be what you would prefer to do, because you can't do those things. So like the way I want to explain it is like Ryker and I read like we're having financial problems. So traditionally, the world would like us to just quit this YouTube thing and just go straight into a job. However, there's a lot of factors that make that very difficult. For example, I have a bill that's due at the end of the week. Getting a traditional job is not going to help me with that bill at the end of the week. That is not something that will help. However, it's going to distract me from making the money in order to pay that bill because I have to make a resume. I have to constantly put out cover letters. I constantly have to apply to jobs. Applying to jobs is like a full-time job in and of itself. And the job market right now absolutely fucking sucks. So if I want to get a job really, really quickly, it's going to be a minimum wage job. And is that actually going to pay my bills? Probably not. It's just going to take time away from something that would potentially allow me to make enough money to do that. So it's like, yes, it seems like a traditional job would solve my problems. Just quit this and do a traditional job. But if I did that, even if I got like a job that pays me like $50,000 a year, and I probably wouldn't start for 2 weeks. So that's not going to help with the bill that's at the end of the week. Is it going to help me pay off all of this debt that I need to pay off right away? Because even if I start, they're not going to pay me right away. They're going to pay me after a 2-week or a month period. So I'm still struggling with all the things that are happening right now. And I'm sitting here being like, I should get a job. I don't know why I'm waiting. Those are all things that just won't work. It just can't happen. Like, I can only focus on what I can do, and in this case, I can do reading and make money. So it is very much like the universe is doing this to you, and you're just like, this is what you can do. So you just keep going forward and allowing yourself to just say, okay, I'm doing it. But if you get distracted with they're telling me this with cave diving because I've been obsessed with cave diving. But they're like, you're in this tiny little crevice. And they're like, if you get too focused on the fact that you're being crushed by the cave, you're going to get stuck. So you need to just focus on the only thing that I can do is go forward. And then there's no other option. And then once you get to the big opening, then you can start extinguishing the fire. So should I be taking the time to identify what I can and can't do and move from there? Yes, I think that would be helpful, because right now I feel like you're focusing very closely on what you can't do because it seems like a logical response to it, because that's what society teaches us. So like in my situation, for example, because this is how they're explaining it to me, it's very much a if I were to go to someone and be like, what do you think I should do about money? Because I'm doing a non-traditional thing, a non-traditional job, they're gonna be like, well, quit this, go get a job. And I'm like, okay, well, how do I pay my bill on Saturday? Because even if I started a job today, a traditional job right now, they're not gonna pay me for 2 weeks. But I have to spend 40 hours doing that instead of making the money to pay my bill. So they're like, you need to write down, and in this case, you need to figure out what is it you're focusing on that is not going to work. It can't work, which is why you haven't fully done it yet. And what is it that's happening that is working? And it might not be it might be chipping it away. It might be baby steps. But you're in a tight spot. How do you make sure your energy isn't shifting your pendulum? To be honest, the way that I view pendulum work is, I don't feel like spirit is moving the pendulum by itself. They are moving the pendulum through you. So they are impacting your body to do that. And a lot of times they are also intuitively giving you the answer. So your body subconsciously moves in a way to make the pendulum move. Does that make sense? Because a lot of people are like, oh, you just made it move that way. You're fake. But in actuality, that's how else is the pendulum gonna move? And there's also ways that you can like put it like in a jar, but you still have to like tap on it or whatever. So, yeah. I also forgot to ask, how did the meal prepping go at the end? I had to leave live early. I'm making pancakes right now, debating whether or not I should add chocolate chips. You should definitely add chocolate chips. It went great. We were live for so long. Tiny says, nah, I get it. I guess that means it is time to assess the can and cannot. Yeah. It's not fun. That's what my response is like this, because I'm like, yes, the answer that you want to happen, if it sounds so good. It sounds great. Like getting a job paying me a like consistent amount of money sounds really good. It's not gonna work right now, which is a bummer. But at the same time, I don't know if I still would take it. But let me answer Sarah Libby's question. So I pulled one more card for you, and I also asked my pendulum. You got the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands deals with a stability aspect. So your question of, am I moving to America? They're talking about you moving to or following the stability aspect. Whatever will make you the most stable, it is your choice, but I feel like you're following stability. So would America make you feel more stable, or would it do the opposite? Because it is a your choice type thing. Tinier reading helped me too. Yeah, that's why I like doing live readings, because the things that other people readings usually they're readings for me, which is annoying. But they do help everyone else in the chat as well. But yeah. That's what I have so far. So if you guys are interested in reading, I have readings available. But I'm adding chocolate chips and pecans on top of it. Yeah, we made protein muffins with chocolate chips. They're peanut butter chocolate chip protein muffins. And they're amazing. They're amazing. They're almost gone now. We need to make more. I want to try a whole bunch of different muffin recipes, because muffins are just so easy to eat in the morning that you just take one and eat it. You don't have to cook it. You don't have to like prep anything. It's good to go. My readings tend to be generic, like stop overthinking and assess type readings. So it usually helps a lot of people if they're stuck. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I also want to say generic, it's more so the message is generic, because I feel like you're going through a lot of like financial things, which I don't know that everyone really gets until they get it. Because I feel like you're very much I just need to make it work. And it's when you are in a situation where you have to make it work, you resent making it work. So protein balls are a good snack. Yeah, I don't know. I just thought it would taste like protein powder, because like protein bars are just, they taste like protein powder, or like protein shakes, they just taste like protein powder. And maybe people are just putting a shitload in, I don't know. But, I think we have Sarah without an H. Sarah! Would you like your 3-card reading? Do you have a question? Are you here? Tell me all the things. What question do you have for your tarot reading? The systematic financial situations is very relatable. Yeah, I don't know. It fucking sucks. I understand where you are at, and I feel like a lot of people don't really understand the like severity of it. They're like, oh yeah, I'm poor, I can't afford to go get new shoes or whatever, and I'm like, I can't afford to go grocery shopping. I want a full general reading, something I need to hear. Sure, no problem. There should be one reading left before I restock, so if you guys are interested in a restock, we can do that. Okay, 3 cards. They're all upside down. This one wants to be last. Okay. 6 of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles. Lots of Pentacles, holy shit. Pentacles deal with like physical, like human things. How much are reading? They're $35. The link is at the top of chat if you're interested. Being broke is expensive. Yeah, going to the grocery store makes me cry. But the government assistance is finally hitting. When I say finally, I mean I finally signed up for Medicaid. So now I don't have to spend $200 on insurance. And they gave me food stamps. So that's where I'm at in life. Yeah, so if you're interested in a reading, I think I still have it copied. Yeah, it's there. But they're $35. And then I have Sarah, full general reading. I pulled those cards for myself as well. All Pentacle cards. So we'll start with the 6 of Pentacles first. 6 of Pentacles is upside down or in reverse. I keep looking to see if it's any angels that I know of. Just like reading what's written on here. I think it might be Latin. I think that's usually how it goes. I don't know, 6 of Pentacles. The 6 of Pentacles is upside down or in reverse. But the 6 of Pentacles usually deals with balance. It's usually giving and receiving wealth is what they want. This is what the card like entails. But when this card is in reverse, it is very much pouring from an empty cup. There is just nothing left. You just continue to give and give and give and give to everyone else. This is very, very, very much caretaker energy. It is very much like, I do not want anyone in my life to suffer at all, and I know that I can take it, so I'm just going to continue to push for them and continue to like help them. But it's very much like I will put everybody else's mask on before myself, and that is a problem because you can't put everyone's mask on if you can't breathe. So this card in reverse is burnt the fuck out. We are running on E, and people are taking advantage of you. Uriel. This is Uriel. Uriel is the Ace of Pentacles. So people that work with Uriel. Yikes. Same. This is the same. And then you have the Ace of Pentacles. Reversed as well. The Ace of Pentacles is usually some sort of physical opportunity coming your way. But it's kind of, when it's in reverse, it is the loss of that opportunity, or it's like some sort of financial delay. You're burnt out. I feel like, I don't know, they make me feel like you're looking for some sort of opportunity to get you out of burnout, but that opportunity is just going to continue to perpetuate your burnout. Let's see. Welcome to Haunted Mansion. It's very exciting. I forget which one Haunted Mansion is, but join Discord. Make sure you get on Discord. We put a lot of our like benefits and stuff in Discord. So connect your YouTube to your Discord account. There should be like videos and stuff on YouTube. But Sarah, with this Ace of Pentacles in reverse, it makes me feel like you're trying to like find a way out of burnout by like doing more, but it's causing you to feel more burnt out, or it's going to make you feel more burnt out. It's kind of like, I'll just wait to do it until this, or I'll just, it's kind of like, well, this job is like burning me out, so I'm just going to go get another job. But it's the same words, different font type thing. It's the same thing. It's the same, like, too much. But I also feel like you're the type of person that resting, relaxation is stressful. So, like, even if you're like, I'm going to take a week vacation, you are constantly worrying about what you're not doing. And that is exhausting. So you never actually rest. You're just constantly thinking about what you're not doing. And I had joined earlier when you all first started out, but I had to leave because of finances, but now I'm back in. I forget what's in this one. Because I just want to, like... Is it this? Yes, is it? Haunted Mansion. Oh, this is a pretty high up one.
Yeah, I think that's tier 3.
Yeah. I forget which one we put all of our, like, uncut stuff in.
I think
But
Haunted Mansion gets it.
watch all of the uncut Beale stuff. It's really spicy. And once I get to it, I'm going to finish the Shanley, and then all of that stuff, all of the uncut stuff for that will come out as well. Why do you have to know me like this? Because what you're going through is also me. Taking a break, I'm like... And then afterwards, I'm like, I feel relaxed. It's hard to think about because I'm going to be going back to work in August. Yeah, I feel like that's probably the Ace of Pentacles that's going to happen. You're trading burnout for burnout. Well, your last card kind of gives an answer. So the Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles in reverse is good, though. The Four of Pentacles, this card usually deals with like holding on to things and scarcity mindsets. But when it is in reverse, we are ready to let go of that bullshit. But they make me feel like you're very, very, very worried about... They want to say like where your value is. And they want me to say, like, earning love. Because I talk about this a lot. This is, like, very common. Everybody. I feel like a lot of people, very few people probably don't think this. I don't know. I think this is so... That's why I'm like, I feel like everybody's doing this. But I don't know if that's actually true, but... a lot of people think that they need to earn love. They need to earn value. They need to be valuable to people. But you as a person, you are priceless. Society, which is probably why I think this, society makes us feel like we need to be valuable to people, which is why you are just giving everything to people, because we have an insecurity in our head that makes us feel like, why me? Why would I be valuable just as is? So you're like, I can be as valuable as possible by giving everything of me to everyone else. And then people will care and love for me. I will receive my emotional needs from people, which is not how it should work. You should just receive these emotional needs from the people in your life. You don't need to earn it, but society, that is something that we teach people. So a lot of people fall into this bucket of like, my value depends on what I can give, but that is not true. And that is what the process is of this Four of Pentacles. It is learning where you see your value and redistributing it into yourself. You need to put stuff in your cup. You need to replenish your cup. And you're going to do that by figuring out why you deserve to. Because I feel like if earning love is where the value comes from, then why do you not see yourself as valuable? Do you not give yourself that love that you are looking for everyone else? So that is what they're trying to explain to me, of you need to redistribute your self-love inwards instead of giving it to everyone to try to make yourself valuable. It is the insecurity that you are not, and it is the insecurity that you need to do something to get it. Do you have questions? I'm currently learning Oracle. Will I be able to work as a programmer in 6 months? You're learning Oracle cards? That's cool. We're not doing free readings today, but we're doing paid readings, so if you're interested in a reading, I think this is it. Yeah. That's the link. I just had this conversation with my mom, so I do think I'm on the right track there. Yeah, it takes a lot of time to heal from, because that sort of mindset affects a lot of things in your life. Because it's it affects how you act around people, because it falls into a core belief. When I say core belief, it's something that you get when you were young. But it's very much a well, I don't want to dress like this, or I don't want to act like this because people will be uncomfortable and not like me. But I've been realizing that I enjoy my own company and not worrying about others' view of my value and increasing how I value myself. That's where this card comes in. This Four of Pentacles. We're learning how to release this shit. And it's amazing. That is the best card right there. Because we're allowing things to go. Because they make me feel like this Ace of Pentacles reverse. That's also good, because you need to not replace the burnout with more burnout. You don't need more in your life. You need more rest. You need more of you, if you will. But yeah, let me know if you have questions. And then, dude, I think today is just let's read Sarah's. All of the Sarahs have come out of the woodworks. I know that two of these are you, but Sarah, you'll be after this. I just want to see if Sarah without an H has any questions. Sarah Paul. And then we'll move on to you. But while we wait, do you have a question for your reading? And then is this one for you? Sarah Sunday, literally. I did 5 readings, and 3 of them are for Sarah. Who? There's Sarah, I think her name is in here, Sarah Bennett. Sarah Bennett purchased a reading and then also purchased another reading after you, and then you purchased a reading. So 3 out of the 5 readings that I just offered are 2 Sarahs. Does that make sense? So you're Sarah without an H, or Sarah Paul. But Sarah Bennett, do you have a question for your reading? And Sarah Paul, do you have a question about your reading? I don't know if that makes sense. There's a lot of you here. I went to a school for horseback riding, and I was in a lesson, and I tell Ryker this a lot. I was in a lesson with 2 other Emilys. So there were 3 of us out of like, there was probably 10 in a lesson. So there were 3 Emilys in a lesson of 10 of us. So anytime my trainer said one of our names, I had no idea who she was talking about. But I'm like, you guys couldn't schedule us in different lessons? Like, Jesus Christ. There's 3 Emilys on the fucking team, and they're all in the same lesson. Okay, Sarah Paul. I'm wondering how this links to my love life, but I don't know if that counts as an entirely different question. How this links to your love life. Are you in a relationship now? Because I don't know. I feel like you might be. Tell me if you're in a relationship now or if this is something I'm seeing future-wise. Because I feel like they're ready to be there. No, I'm not. Okay. Then I feel like there's someone that's going to come into your life that's going to help you stay present in your life. I feel like that's the best way to explain it. I feel like they're very stable. I feel like they are going to complement that in you. I feel like they don't have a lot of worries in their life, and I feel like you worry about, they want me to say you worry more about other people, and you worry about how you impact other people in your life, and this other person that's going to come in for you will sort of, what's the word? Like, even that out, if you will. He's just, and I think they have a lot of masculine energy. He, she, whoever, they're very just calm. They're like a safe cloud to land on. And I feel like you really haven't had that in your life before. Because I feel like other people just have expectations of you. I feel like this other person, you're going to think they have expectations, but they don't. They just have a safe place for you to land. And I feel like, oh man, I need that. Because I feel like other people see you as the person that has it all together. Like type A, like. So they kind of lean on you to be that. But the reason why you're type A is because you're very anxious about letting people down. And he's like, you could never. So. And I'm saying he because he has very masculine energy, so. Yeah. But yeah, Sarah with an H. Sarah Bennett. Wanted to help out, so I bought the last reading. If you don't want to do a reading, it's all good. It's okay. If it's okay, a general reading is fine. Of course I'll give you a reading. That's what they're there for. I'll give you a general reading. I'm seeing a grounding force in my life. I'm also a teacher, so yeah. That makes sense. It makes a lot of sense, because you just have that, like, sweet energy, I feel like. And this man also has that sweetness, but it's more grounded. It's a very much like a compliment. Oh, we got Gabriel. I don't know any of these other people, though. This guy is scary looking. It looks like his sword's going through his head, even though it's not, but it does. This is also the Queen of Swords. Scary. The Queen of Swords is a scary card. Anyways. Sarah Bennett. Okay. Sarah Bennett, the first card you have is the Queen of Swords. The one that I just showed. She's like very bright. Okay. Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords usually deals with a like being unapologetically yourself. It's having clear communication, having clear boundaries. It's very you are just you and no one else can tell you shit about it. And then you have the Gabriel card that I was talking about, the Ace of Cups. And then you have the Six of Pentacles. This is a very good reading. They make me feel like you're coming into your own. I feel like you've seen some shit that may have happened a while ago and you're ready to you're ready to fucking go. Like, you're ready to push shitty people away and finally come into yourself. And the Queen of Swords is that vibe. It's very much like you are ready to not let other people get in the fucking way. So then you have the Ace of Cups, and the Ace of Cups is some sort of like opportunity for something passionate, opportunity for love, opportunity for like good things coming in. So the result of being you is it's going to bring things that match you. So this is so positive. It's so good. And it's going to bring also balance. Because you have the Six of Pentacles, but this time it's upright. So Six of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, you're going to have some sort of good thing come in. And it's just, you just feel like everything is in alignment. And this will happen the more you just don't care what other people think about you. Because sword cards are truth cards. The Queen usually represents strong feminine energy. So it is someone that is emotionally intelligent, someone that goes with the flow, someone that is independent, someone that is creative, intuitive, all of that stuff. It is literally just acceptance of your truth and who that is. And the more you light this shit up, the more this will come your way. Because I feel like for a very long time, that has not been happening for you. And you've felt for so long that you were just going upstream, and finally the universe finally gave. And now things are going to be easier. But I want to say this is going to happen because you are more yourself. Does that make sense? Do you have questions? How many people do we have in here? 11. Haha, what? Just call each other by your last names. That's what sports coach did in high school for me. Listen, when I was in high school, there was a girl that had the same last name as me. I would get her like, we didn't have the same first name. It wasn't like Emily last name. Like, her name was like Fallon, and then my name is obviously not that, but we have the same last name. So a lot of times I would get her like school pictures or like other things because they would like mix our last names up. I think Sarah Bennett might be delayed a little bit. So I'll let her catch up. But if people are interested in readings, what is this? What is this? Okay, sorry. I'm looking at all my things in here. Okay. If I restock readings, what would people be interested in? Do you want to do more tarot readings? We could do tarot readings, spirit guide readings, or past life readings. Here. I'll put a thing in here. It's down here. Start a pool. Spirit guide readings. And then we'll do past life readings. And then I'll also say no more readings. I could also do pendulum readings. I don't know. I feel like I need to do this on like TikTok. But I'm also worried about doing it on TikTok for whatever reason. Plot twist. We do future life reading. What's my next life? What's my next life look like? Confusing. That could be... I feel like I've given a past life reading where I actually gave someone a future life reading instead. And then Charles was in here a second ago. I'm pretty sure it was Charles because I was like, he's saying that you lived in a life where, like, they, like, nuked the world. Like, someone, like, in a war, there was, like, a nuclear war, but you were living in the aftermath of it. Like, I don't know if you went in the ground or whatever, but you were living in the aftermath. Actually, I feel like that was the one where he was watching it come his way. But that was, like, a future life. And I don't know that it was, like, this timeline. It was probably something else. Soulmate for you? I don't know. Soulmate is a spicy word. Oh, sorry, I did not mean to do that. But we have 66% on no more readings. Let me re-put it in here. I thought I was clicking on it. Was not clicking on it. Let's try again. Past life readings. There. Hello, I'm new here. Can I get a reading too? Right now we are doing paid readings. But I'm sold out, but I'm thinking about adding some more readings in if you guys are interested. If not, that is also fine too. We can do it a different day. I might do it through TikTok. But what kind of readings y'all want to do? I'm getting a lot of spirit guide readings. Spirit guide readings or no more readings? Yeah, because we had 3 votes here. And then this one has 8 votes. Okay. I could do a little bit of both. Let's see. Spirit guide readings. I'll put 3 here. And then, hold on. Shop. Tarot readings. I'll put 5 here. Hold on, there's like things in my eyeballs. So, Leanna, at some point, I need a past life reading from you. Do spirit guides influence what you feel about your past lives? What's interesting with spirit guides and past lives, tried to say that all at once, is a lot of times your spirit guides will be from your past lives. So it'll be someone that you meet from a past life that they were like incarnate with you. And then now in this life, you need something from them. So they help you in this life because you had that soul tie in the past. Okay, we got spirit guide readings. And I think that's probably gonna be it. I'm gonna end this poll. I always have trouble getting into Discord. With going through YouTube, from what I can remember, you need to go into Discord, and then in Discord, set up your account if you have your account all set up. Then you go to... Don't switch. Get out of here. Go away. I think it is like personal settings, user settings. And then there's like a connections thing. Streamer mode enabled. I think it's in connections. It just like won't let me look at it because I'm streaming right now. So that's fun. But you go to like your user settings, and then I believe it's in connections. Then you would connect your YouTube channel that you have the membership on, and it will add our little Ouroboros Productions server in there. So if you see the black with the Ouroboros snake, that's us. Okay. If people are interested in readings, here is the link. Hold on. Here is the link. The first 2 have readings available. So you could do spirit guide or a tarot reading. That is the new link. So I'm just going to pin this, replace pin. And then Sarah Bennett says, yes, turn 50 this year. Start opening up spiritually. Soulmate, America, I'm so happy. Do you need paid YouTube for that connection? No, you would need to be a member, like a YouTube member. So technically, I guess you are paying for YouTube, but you're not doing the like YouTube. I don't know what you call it, the thing that like removes the ads or whatever. You're not doing that. You're paying for our membership program. So till Litzy, that's how that works. So Litzy just became a member of Haunted Mansion, and I told them to go to Discord and connect their Discord to their YouTube channel so that they can get access to our server. So that is how you would do it. So you would pay to be a member. Which I think this is the link. So I should say memberships. Let me do that again. There we go. YouTube memberships. So you click on that and you can go into it. It says error occurred. I'll try again later. There's also like videos. I think it's this. So try that link. That might help you later. But it is acting weird for me because I'm streaming, so it won't let me like look at my user features or whatever. But yeah, if you guys are interested in reading, I'm going to sit here for a little bit and see if people are interested. If not, that is okay. We will do it some other time. But I might start doing readings on TikTok. I might do them on HeyBuy because there's more people there. I don't know. I don't know how to do this. But also, if people are interested in private readings, I have those there. Would people be interested if I did, like, spirit guide drawings on here? As a private reading, would people be interested in that? I think they're like 200 or something. Ryker used to do them. But I'm like, maybe I have the confidence to do that. We'll see, we'll see. But I'm just wondering. Thank you. No problem. Let me know if you still have a problem. And once I'm not streaming, I might be able to help you better. But, yeah. TikTok is scary. And spirit guide drawings, yes. Okay, I might add spirit guide drawings. Probably add like 1. Cause nervous. Spirit guide drawing. They are 200. I'm gonna get rid of that. I don't have add-ons. Colored background. Sure. I'm gonna add 1. Let's try it out. I'm not on TikTok just because I had to delete it. Too much scrolling endlessly. I'll still do stuff over here, but probably not as much. Yeah, so if people are interested in private readings, I have this available. Private readings. I added a spirit guide drawing if people are wanting that. What is this? Oh, wow. But, yeah. Makes me a little bit nervous, but if people are interested, I'll try it out. There's a lot of things that I want to try out, but I just, like, need the, like, time to do it. I really want to, like, I want to make little familiar, like, spirits out of clay, like, out of polymer clay, and I want them to be, like, around, like, a crystal or something, and I think it would be so cute. Like, imagine, like, 2 little cats, like, cozied up with a, like, big crystal. That would be so cute. Or, like, I really want to do, we would have to get vinyl for this, but I've been wanting to make people's wings and, like, put them on a t-shirt for you, because I think that would be adorable. So it would be, like, custom t-shirts, because we have, like, a vinyl press, but we would just need the vinyl that goes on t-shirts, the, like, iron-on vinyl. But I think it would be really cute. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, in the spiritual community, there's a belief that people have wings behind them, and it is an extension of your energy signature or your aura or whatever. So I see them in like different shapes, different colors, and they can like adapt and change, and I think that would be fun. Litzy! Thank you for the reading. Litzy. Spirit guide readings. Okay. Let me know if you're back. Oh, there you are. Crazy that you say that because I can feel my wings. You see them? Yeah, I used to draw people's wings all the time. It was like easier than drawing spirit guides because it's like less detailed. You're not drawing like an entire being, but I don't know. I think it would be cool, but I just like don't know how they would look flat on your back. So, but I think that would be really cool. Glad you won't move everything to TikTok. I'm definitely more interested in a private reading, TBH. Yeah, if you're interested in a private reading, I'm doing video reading, so I'll send your reading via video. Yep, obsessed. How many spirit guides have I told you thus far? A lot? I feel that a lot. It would be rad. I would get one. Yeah, I've been thinking about how I would do that because I would need supplies, but I'm broke. That's mostly the reason why I haven't done anything like that, because broke. But I just think it would be cool. Yeah, a lot. Are you the one that I told about the white spirit guide? They're white and gold and like a ball. Did I tell you about a white and gold spirit guide? I want to support y'all, plus spirit guide readings are fun. Well, thank you. Really appreciate it. Did I tell you about a white and gold spirit guide? I know there's a delay, so if you hear me say this like multiple times and you responded, delays. You said white and you asked them if they were an angel and they said yes, but I couldn't know much about them. Well, it makes sense that I'm using this angel guide to talk about it. Not sure about the gold. This is how they're telling me. They just like told me that there's a white spirit guide with like gold illuminating energy. I feel like it's the same one. It is just funny that I told you about an angel guide and this is the guide coming forward. So, like I said before, in your other reading, white spirit guides usually deal with like adaptability, because if you understand white light, it is the synchronization of all of the colors in the rainbow in order to make white light. So it is syncing up all of the other like things in your life in order to be able to help you. But it's interesting that today he wants to talk about this gold energy, and there's just stuff written in here. I wish I could speak whatever language this is. But they're talking about something probably new this time, because I feel like they're talking more so about, more so like fulfillment things. They want to talk about, because gold, on the other hand, gold deals more with like spiritual healing. So Yellow deals with like emotional intelligence, and when you have gold, you take that emotional intelligence to heal yourself, the world around you, that sort of thing. So he's talking about the gold energy. I don't know why I wanted to say cold, but he's talking about like trying to achieve fulfillment and why you feel as if you are not achieving that now. There is this feeling that there is something missing. He wants to talk about... They're talking about this, like... I don't know. They're talking about you're so adaptable and there's so many things going on in your life that you don't feel like there's something, like, special about you. I don't know if that makes sense. Because it is, like, it is and it isn't. And they're, like... They want to say... because you're like very good at everything, all of these, like, you're very adaptable, there's this just feeling that like you're not using your like full potential, or there isn't like a full answer, because they're talking about like there are people that like came out of the womb with a camera and they became a photographer, and they are fulfilled in that because that is what they wanted to do their whole lives. But you don't have something necessarily like that. It's more so you're feeling like you're missing something, or like you don't fit in with the options. And this spirit guide is talking about a like trying to heal yourself in order to find what it is that would make you light up. I know I read you a lot, but it's hard for me to remember anything about your readings, so please let me know if this makes sense for you. They make me feel like you've experienced a lot of loss in your life, and it makes you question yourself each time it happens. And when I say question yourself, like, question what you're doing. And he's talking about, like, you're constantly just feel like you're fighting and in this like state of fight or flight, or like survival, and you just are frustrated and overwhelmed, and you just want to like figure it out, and you don't understand why it's so hard for you to do that, because everyone else seems to have it figured out, but those people are boring. You know? I'm sorry, I'm also driving, so if I don't answer right away, I'm sorry. You're good. I will still continue to talk if you answer or not. But I just want to make sure I'm, like, explaining things that make sense. But they're talking about fulfillment. The reason why I'm saying that is because I'm just going to cover this card up because she's a little bit exposed, but you have the World card in reverse. The World card deals with fulfillment, and that's what he's talking about. He's talking about you have this just lightheartedness of wanting to try to experience everything, which is that first card that I pulled, that he's like talking about this is what he's pushing for. He's pushing for just exploration. And I kind of feel like I gave this reading to someone else earlier in this live stream of like, society doesn't really leave room for exploration. It is just, oh, you do this well, do it forever. And that's why people change careers so often. Because like, yeah, it feels like really good to do it right now, but like, your job's not necessarily going to change with you unless you have the ability to have control over those aspects. So you either need to change careers, change jobs, whatever. But like in this sense, he's talking about like you need to take a leap of faith and follow the light. And he's like, your light will guide you. The more you put into yourself, the more you will feel like you belong, and the less you will feel the pressure of society in the world around you to make you feel like you have to fit in. Because instead of trying to change yourself and looking inward to try to fit in, he's talking about trying to fit in by allowing your light inside to guide you there. I said same earlier because I feel like I resonated with that reading. Yeah, which is like really cute the way that he's talking about it, because it's like, I don't know, so many people just feel like they are outsiders, but he's like, there is a place for everyone in this world. And the fun part about life is you're put in a place where you have the ability to find that. But if you continue to deny yourself of that, you will lose pieces of yourself and you will dim your light instead of allowing those, like, allowing your intuition, your creativity, your truth to guide you. Instead, we are taught to try to control and try to minimize, simplify, make ourselves more monotonous, but we are dynamic human beings that need to progress forward. So if you feel stuck, it may be because you are trying to fit into something that does not work for you, and you need to use your light to guide you to some new place where you will fit. Because a lot of times also, if you stay in one spot for too long, you're going to grow and develop, but the things around you are not going to. So you need to continue following your light forward. Whereas society says, settle down, stay in one spot. It usually doesn't work like that, because they're like talking about you like growing like a plant. So like you might fit. They're like talking about growing like a plant and like fitting into literally a box or even like a pot. The more you grow, which is what fulfillment is, it's a growth. The more you fill your pot, eventually it's going to stop you or prevent you from growing any further. So you need to continue moving forward. And that's what following the light is entailing. That's the gold that's in here. You're following your light. Instead of trying to cut things off or trying to like shove all your roots into this pot that you've outgrown. Say no to society. Society just wants us to be robots because that's easier to understand for people. People like things that don't change, that they can put into boxes. I don't know how to say the word I wanted to say, so I'm not going to even think about it. They like want to be able to assess and process and whatever, which is why like understanding something like infinity is impossible for a human being, because we want things to be like simple. So trying to put that on like a growing individual, someone that develops as they grow, it's just not gonna work. And the expectation that you're supposed to stay, because everybody's like when you get married, we literally have bachelor and bachelorette parties because we think settling down and getting married to and committing to someone means that you give up something to be with them. That's not what settling down should be. You shouldn't be giving up like your life. You just need to move to something that fits your lifestyle better. You know? Do you have questions, Litzy? And then I have Catherine next with also a spirit guide reading. But Litzy, let me know if you have questions, and then Catherine, let me know if you... Have I read you before? Have I done a spirit guide reading for you? But let me know if you're here. Yeah. Yeah. What can I talk to you about while I wait for a response from these people? I don't know. Today... Oh, we tried the marinara sauce that we made in our live stream, apparently on Friday. It was amazing. I still think my mom has the best marinara, though. Sorry. We tried it with ravioli. And now I want ravioli again, but I also want it with brown butter because Ryker was like, I can make this sauce, this sauce, this sauce, this sauce, or this sauce. Or I can make a smorgasbord of all three. And I'm like, dude, I need to try all of them. Because apparently Ryker also has a, like, creamy pesto sauce that I haven't had. And I'm wanting to have that, too. I just like pasta. And I'm in a relationship with someone that is very good at making sauce for whatever reason. So I'm like, ugh, I need all of it.
I like that you said for whatever reason.
For whatever reason? What do you mean?
You hate me.
No, I love you. Riker saying that I hate them, but I love them. And their sauce making abilities. I just think it's funny that a lover of sauce like me could find their soulmate. A lover of pasta like me could find a maker of sauce like Ryker. And Litzy says, no questions, thank you. No problem. And then Catherine says, I would like a reading on whatever spirit guide decides to come forward. Except my big yellow Shrek energy guy. I got a reading about him. Got you. Yes, you read me before. Okay, that's what I was wondering. I've read a lot of Catherine's, so I'm like, which one are you? Okay. So, different spirit guide than yellow spirit guide. Ooh, yum. Mm-hmm. I love your video from Montreal. You're in Montreal? That's crazy. I guess it's not that crazy, but it is crazy. Crazy. Okay. Catherine. Spirit guide. You have a blue female spirit guide. So blue spirit guides, they usually deal with a like higher spiritual understanding. So it is understanding beyond what is physically in front of you. It goes beyond the human understanding of the existence. Yeah, my yellow spirit guide is loud. He's loud. I wanted to talk again today, but you know, when new spirit guides step aside. So well, y'all are cute. But this blue spirit guide, she is female presenting. She has a very like a wonderment of the world, if that makes sense. And what I mean by that is it's kind of like a willing... It's kind of like you like want to like discover the world. It's kind of like a curiosity. That's the word I was looking for. But they also make me feel like you sort of make your energy a little bit small. So she's talking about how the world is so big and how much you want to see of it and experience. But at the same time, you feel like your existence takes up too much space. She makes me feel like, what's the word? She makes me feel like you're trying to learn that it is okay for you to have, like, emotions, be a person, make mistakes. that sort of thing. And then what cards do I have for you? Knight of Wands. 3 of Cups. I feel like you connect people. You're very, like, empathetic of people. And I feel like connection with people is very important to you. Wonderment. I love that I feel the way. I'm so curious. I do make my energy small to fit better. Yeah, it's just like very prim, proper, feminine, like, because I feel like a lot of feminine energy that people want feminine energy to be like that, to be like quiet, petite, perfect, beautiful, when the way that feminine energy is more closely related to is water. It is emotional, intuitive, fluid. But a lot of people think that feminine energy is like weak or passive. And it is passive in the way that water is passive. So if you imagine water in like a stream, it is powerful. It will literally carve itself into the rock or stone, or will even like overflow in order to get where it's supposed to go. So it is like going to get there. It just might take a less direct route in order to get there. It might need to go around the rock, around the curves in order to do that. So it is passive, but it doesn't make it weak. And that's what she's trying to like get with you, is like trying to give you the understanding to push you forward. Because she makes me feel like you're very, very open-hearted. You're very open-hearted to people, to experiences. I feel like you're very connected to people. You like to have deep connections with people. I don't know if you're necessarily extroverted of like, let me go up to a stranger and like tell them my whole life story, but it's the deep interconnections with people that is like what's truly important to you. If you don't have that deep connections, it's kind of, you don't want a shallow friendship, relationship, whatever. You want it to go like deep, deep, deep. And that's where that, again, feminine energy, the emotional side, the emotional intelligence comes in. It's very much connection is what you are seeking. And that's what she is helping you with. She is helping you to find that connection. And the way to do it is to find connection inwards and to be able to understand your place in the world. So she helps you with understanding the world around you to find connection. Connection is the thing that she's talking about is important. And it is connection with people. It is connection to what you're doing, your environment, your life. Makes you feel present, makes you feel alive, all of that. Do you have questions for her? Ah, I finally found my extra card. This is the extra card. I feel like there might be another one. Yeah, I found the extra card. But Catherine, let me know if you have questions about your spirit guide. Yes, how can I be more true to myself? I'm doing questions as long as they're not like personal readings, but I will answer questions for people. What does she want me to work on? She's talking about becoming more fluid. She has a very interesting opinion about masculine energy. Sorry, I'm trying to think about how to explain. Honey pies! Hello, friends. Also, it took me till yesterday to realize that you said my past life was a mountain. My name is Sierra. Spanish for mountain range. Of course, thank you. Thank you for the troll. But also, congratulations on 3 months of Scooby Snack. Your question? Oh, are you Sarah Bennett? Are you love interest? Once I finish this reading, I'll answer your question. But Catherine, she's talking about how masculine energy is very they're talking about masculine energy being the riverbank. And masculine energy, to me, the way that I view it is it's like earth, it's like a rock. So masculine energy is very like direct and in your face, and they're going to plow through things, but they're very structured, they're very like like box oriented. When feminine energy goes with the flow, they're very emotional, intuitive, they go with their gut. And they're talking about how the idea that feminine energy has to be contained is a masculine concept that is put onto feminine energy. And she makes me feel like you need to break out of the cage that you put yourself in. And it's very much a going after your passions. And I'm looking down at the cards that I have here. So you have the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is like, it's like some new passion, some new love, some new like emotional type energy, some sort of like thing that you have an imprint on coming in. And that's where this vibe is coming in. It's very coming out of the cage, because the like natural like aspect of femininity is the same natural aspect of water, of fluidness, of the like going with the flow. But masculine energy, which is the riverbank, contains it. So they make me feel like you have been contained to this little pond, and this spirit guide is talking about how you can overcome the pond by making yourself greater, by making yourself bigger. You can make yourself into whatever it is you want. You can overcome this masculine, like, stopping energy. And I feel like you feel like your environment has been causing you to sort of be put in this box. And that can be other people, most likely it is other people, kind of creating the scarcity mindset in you, but also like creating the walls. But I just feel like there's so much more for you. And I feel like you need to stop feeling like you have to fit into this tiny box, because that's not going to be good for anyone. So they're just really just like explaining this to me through like water concepts. So they're like, when it rains, it allows the pond to fill up more and more and more, even though it takes energy to have water go up into the sky and evaporate. It takes energy to have these emotions. Your emotions are what's going to guide you to be more fluid. That is the thing that masculine energy, that it overcomes, that it like causes the balance within the masculine energy trying to put us in the box. So not listening to your emotions, not listening to or allowing yourself to feel those emotions, you will continue to perpetuate yourself into this tiny little box. So they're like expressing those emotions and allowing them to flow is going to allow you to overcome the cage that you have been put in. Let's see. Every time I get a reading, something always comes up where I get busy and I have the worst thing ever. And I have the worst timing ever. And then Leanna says, same. I wonder what energy we're holding that does that. But Catherine, do you have any further questions before I move on? And while you answer, I'll answer Sarah Bennett's question, which I think is the love interest question. 13. So with future things, you have the ability to, okay, this is what they want me to say. So with future things, you have the ability to change the future based upon your free will and your choices. They make me want to say with your love interest question that you must, that you must focus on yourself in order to move forward first. Hi, Seg. What's up? How's it going? So focusing on a relationship right now is going to sort of impede that. So they want me to say the universe will allow those things to come when you are more so ready for it. And when I say that, like, you need to have self-love before you are able to, like, express that and find the person that is going to be attracted to that. And then Catherine, the water analogies make sense. I'm a Cancer. Well, I have one more question. When am I most connected to her, to your spirit guide? It's an interesting question. And I say it's interesting because theoretically she is a part of you, so you are always connected, but when you are working with her most is more so a, like, what is the word I want to say? They make me feel like you want to understand more so how you can connect with her. Just woke up, life at its worst is part of the day. Dude, exactly. Mornings are the fucking worst. But for Catherine, I feel like you're more so wanting to know how to connect with her. I feel like she is very emotionally fueled. So she speaks to you through emotional things. I also feel like you might talk to her through, like, visual stimuli. So clairvoyance and clairsentience. So clairvoyance is psychic seeing. Usually people that have clairvoyant abilities also have the ability to, like, imagine pictures in your head, because there's people that cannot do that. But I feel like she communicates in that way. But thank you so much for purchasing a reading. If people are interested in readings, there's a link that is pinned at the top of chat. Let me grab the link. Ryker is such a cool American sounding name. Ryker picked it out themselves. If you guys are interested in a reading, that is the link right now. There's 1 spirit guide reading and 5 tarot readings. My whole family has weird ass names. Yeah, my family all has like the same names. Yeah, I have a big Italian family, and the men's names are more so the same than the women's names. Because basically, if you get a whole bunch of us in a group, if you scream Steve, Nick, or Joe into a crowd, you'll have like 10 people respond to each one of those names. But yeah, if anyone is interested in a reading, I have a few left. If not, it's okay as well. Is there a hunter in your family? By name, not a weird occupation. I don't have a hunter in my family. I've known a hunter. They were a little bit jock-y. Let me go back to my list here. My name is Cindy. Okay, cool. So I have honey pies, and then I'll have Cindy. So many Americans called Hunter. Really? I do think that's funny that you say that. Because I've only known one hunter.
I've known a few hunters.
You have?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. There's so many people that just have my name. Because I was talking about earlier how I had a horseback riding lesson and there were 3 Emilys in the lesson. So every time my trainer like called out Emily, we had no fucking idea who she was talking to. And I was like, why? Why did we put all 3 of us in the same fucking lesson? Because we like went to school together. Or Jax.
I only know one Jax, which is not actually.
Yeah, I know one Jax, but their name is actually Jacqueline. Hi, Paper Flower. Yes, Sega's here. I totally get it. Thanks, Em. No problem. Okay. We have honey pies. Honey pies, I've given you a spirit guide reading before, right? Sorry, reading things. Cindy's question. Will I be able to get a part-time job soon? I am a student looking for a part-time job at the moment. I'll get to your reading after honey pies. You are second in line right now. Yes, I had the rainbow guides. I remember now, sort of. I don't know that I necessarily remember your reading, but I remember telling someone about a rainbow guide. Honey pies. Have I told you about a yellow spirit guide with a mustache? I do think it's funny when... Okay, I feel like the spirit guide also is telling me he has a mustache because he thinks that's a weird human thing. Lumpy Space Princess was my purple one. I do just think it's funny the way that you describe all of the things I told you, because I know that I told you them that way, but it also just makes me laugh. Because it is just me. Okay, this yellow spirit guide. I don't think I've talked to a spirit guide like this before. So I feel like this guy is different than what I have told you in the past, honey pies, but he is dorky as a mustache and glasses. Usually when I get spirit guides with glasses, and I probably forgot, I did forget to like explain spirit guide things. With spirit guides, they are just energy, so they have a lot of different ways of being perceived. So for me, they give me signs and symbols to explain why they are here for you, and glasses is one of those things. Glasses tells me what they are helping you with, and it's more of a like logical viewpoint of world. But he is funny because he talks about having a mustache, and he's like, it's a very human thing to have a mustache. So I'm very human. So yeah, I've had a yellow male guide. He's very dorky. He also is a little bit of orange. But yellow spirit guides usually deal with, because colors are also a sign and symbol for me, yellow deals with emotional intelligence. So they are helping with that, as well as like figuring things out in your head. And then orange, because he has a little bit of orange. Orange deals with outward expression, so I'm taking the thoughts in your head and expressing them through your body. He is talking about like perfectionism a little bit, and like the obsession with that perfectionism. He says that he is helping you with figuring out the like step-by-step process, the like by the book sort of way of doing things. He's very logical when he thinks about, like when he talks to you about things, but at the same time he is talking about how you worry and overthink so much, that he comes forward and he helps you with understanding things in a more logical standpoint, because I feel like you have a lot of like more emotional responses to things, and I feel like a lot of times when you have emotional responses in your head, you're like, I know this is like irrational, but I can't stop feeling this and I don't know how to feel better. I'll refold the laundry if it's not right. Yeah, and that's what he's helping with. Because he talks about perfectionism causes us to be stuck in the same spot because we can never achieve it. It is impossible to be perfect because perfect is not a human thing to do. So we are constantly sitting in the same spot, trying to be perfect, and he helps with the progression, so he stops the like cycling in your head. Does that make sense? Because he's talking about thoughts like repeating over and over and over and over again, like the same thing. Because he's like, it's not healthy to think about the same thing, the same issues over and over and over again. It's not going to be helpful. Because he's like talking about your trauma, and he's talking about he's talking about your trauma in the sense of like, I feel like you're the type of person that looks at your trauma and you just like go over it in your head over and over and over. And what I mean by this is, it's like, I don't know, you might like maladaptively daydream about telling someone about it. And maybe you have like a full ass fucking script of what you would tell people, because you have maladaptively daydreamed about telling them just over and over and over and over and over again. And I feel like it's because of I feel like you're the type of person that talks out trauma, like you figure things out by talking. So you do it in your head all the time. So like maybe this like horrible thing happened, like maybe you had like a breakup with a friend or something, or like you were like bullied as a child. You will go through and process that moment and situation over and over and over and over forever. And he says that's not healthy, but it does. He says it is it is positive to process your emotions. It's positive to feel those emotions. The obsession with doing it over and over and over and over and over and over again is the issue, and you need to figure out why you're constantly over like reprocessing it, because it will re-trigger you each time. And I do want to say, we do have like therapy resources in our description as well, because I can help bring up certain things in your life, but I am not a licensed therapist, so I cannot tell you how to manage or deal with those things. But they are talking about, but the spirit guide specifically is talking about the like your brain kind of backpedals and is constantly looking at the past. It's like when you walk a path, you walk backwards to make sure no one's sneaking up on you. And it's very much a like, we need to figure out what those core beliefs are causing you to do that, so that you can flip around and walk forward with confidence that you are okay and can do it. Because they're like, you want to move on, but you cannot stop yourself from repeatedly going over it in your head and over it in your head and over it in your head. Because like, there's not a lot that can be said because you have said it all. Does that make sense? Like I don't know, like when you were a child, maybe you were like bullied. And now in your adulthood, you've processed it so much that you like literally could like with a script tell everybody about it. But that's, you still constantly maladaptively daydream about that like situation, and you don't feel like, you still feel like it like negatively affects you, and you still are reliving it, and you still feel like you're processing it. And yes, in the future you still will have things that come up related to it, but there is just this feeling of like, I can't let go of it because it's a piece of me. And that's what he is trying to help you with. It's detaching from your trauma. But let me know if you have questions, and then I'll move on to Cindy. Cindy with the tarot reading. Ryker is sending me pictures of the cats. They're so cute. Like, ooh, okay, that's Boo. Isn't she cute? She's on her cat tree. I'm just waiting to see if Honey Pies has a question, but you will be next. And then I have your question already. No questions. I know what I got to do. Thank you, Em. No problem. Okay. Give me 1 second. Let me fix my stock here. If people are interested in a reading, There's still some available. I added one more to Spirit Guide readings because it seems like people are interested. The link is at the top of chat, or I'll give you this. Okay, I'm open to receive any guidance as well if possible about my part-time job hunting. Okay. So, Cindy, your question, will I be able to get a part-time job soon? I am a student looking for a part-time job at the moment. The job market fucking sucks and I feel you. So, we'll do a 3-card reading. Okay, we have your 3 cards. Page of Pentacles, 3 of Cups. This card's upside down, hold on. 10 of Swords. Okay, let's see. Will we get a job? Okay, that's not helpful for me either. Oh, it's gonna be a time, which is as expected. The job market is garbage right now. That's what everybody's talking about. It's true. That was too short. Show Kitty again. Sorry, I'll stop moving. This is Boo. Not Hex. Boo. Isn't she cute? Ryker sent me a Snapchat. I should save this. Okay. Yeah, Ryker and I are just like, we should just start a pet channel. We should just do pet content. Make our pets work for us. But, Cindy, let's start with your first card. You have the Page of Pentacles. So, in the Page of Pentacles, you can see it's upside down or in reverse. Hi, just joined. Are there reading spots available right now? There are! The link should be at the top. There is 1 Spirit Guide reading left and 3 tarot card readings. And they're 3-card tarot readings. 2 new fur balls. So, yeah. But your first card, for Cindy, we have the Page of Pentacles. Pages usually deal with people that are at the beginning of an adventure, so they don't have a lot of experience. They're just students like you are. They don't have a lot of experience with what they're doing. They're trying to gain it. They're students. And with this card being in reverse and in Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles usually deals with like doing things by the book. They're very logical, they're very practical, they want to learn things in a very practical way, in a very by the book sort of way. But with it being in reverse, there is this worry, there's a lot of worries with the page being in reverse. With the page being in reverse, you're worried about not having the right expertise in order to get a job. And with it also being in reverse, it's very much like you have all of this knowledge. The book has given you so much knowledge, but translating knowledge to experience is difficult because you have to actually figure out how to make your like hands, body, whatever, do the things you know. So the experience thing I think is going to be something that is going to be hard for you. I'm also looking for a part-time in hospitality. It's a side job. They make me feel like that's going to be the thing that's going to be annoying for you is the experience aspect, solely because of I feel like the job market is shit and they're going to be looking for experience, and you're going to have maybe confidence issues with trying to get those specific jobs because they're going to like put down the experience that you have. It's kind of like you're looking for an entry-level job, and they're like, you need 10 years of experience, and I'm like, that's half of my life. How am I supposed to get an entry-level job, you know? So they're like, experience is going to be an issue, and you need to focus on the practicality of the knowledge that you have. They're like, knowledge can help with expertise or experience. My question is a part-time job for students, not the real job, professional related study job. Ah, got you. Sorry, I think there's a misunderstanding. Let me pull different cards for you if that's the case. Because I think you might be right. Matthew! Oh, gosh, okay. You will be, I believe, you'll be after Cindy, so after this reading. I'm in the Netherlands. It's a culture here that we have side job. Most students do that. So you're like a student job while you're in school. Because I feel like I was reading things future-wise more so that way. Okay. And it might be the same. Let's see. Queen of Wands. Knight of Swords. Five of Wands. Okay. You've never finished making your pancakes. What the fuck? I am starving. I really want chips. The only thing I've eaten today is a muffin. I know that I prepped all that food, but I suck at eating. Okay, so first card you have is the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is sideways. The Queen of Wands, usually deals with a intuitive energy. It's what is the word I want to use? With wand cards deal with ideas or inspiration. So with the Queen of Wands, it's sort of like going with the flow. They're very creative. They listen to their guts. They kind of like just go with the flow. But with this card being sideways, it is kind of like a balancing act between having that confidence in yourself versus being kind of pessimistic about it. That pessimism is going to get in the way. So with the Queen of Wands, it's very much a, like, you need to know that you're it, and that's going to get you the best possible job out of it. Eat, you need to eat. I know, I started the live stream at 1, and I was like, didn't think about eating lunch before that. Because then I was like, oh, I guess we're just eating dinner. Which I had time, but I was like, I forgot that that's what people do at 12. But Queen of Wands is very much talking about how it is confidence within one's ideas. It's an independence within one's ideas. It's listening to one's gut versus the like pessimism of like, why do we need to do this? Why does this need to happen? Is this really necessary? Is this really possible? Can I do this on top of going to school, or all of this stuff? There's just a lot of like pessimism with it. Is there a time frame from your channeling that can tell when I get a part-time job? Because I need to support my school fee. Timelines are hard for me. Mostly because I'm time blind, and it translates to psychic things, mediumship things for me. So I can ask my pendulum though. Will it happen within this month? Next month, we'll say. Will it happen within the next couple months? Will it happen by the end of the year? I feel like you have a couple months, but again, future things, you have the ability to change those things based upon your free will. If you chose not to do anything and just sit in your house, obviously you wouldn't get a job. But they make me feel like it's going to take a couple months. So that can change based upon what you do. That is guidance for you. But yeah, I feel like it will definitely be before the end of the year, which is, I would fucking hope so. But I feel like it might be a month or two before you do find the right fit. And I feel like your pessimism is going to be the thing that kind of gets in the way, which is what this card is kind of talking about. So having more confidence that you're going to find it is going to continue to push you forward. And then your next card, you have the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is upside down or in reverse. The Knight of Swords reversed is a... Knight of Swords is usually someone that's very ambitious. It's very like, I am going towards a specific goal. But when it is in reverse, we're not sure what the goal is. So they're like reinstating trying to find this goal is going to help you in finding the job or position you're looking for. They want me to say the more you are passionate about whatever goal it is, the more it will be seen by the people that are hiring. So they're like, you need to find whatever it is that causes you to have the most passion for the job or position. And that is going to be something that will allow you to get a job quicker. So with these two cards together, with this being upright and avoiding the pessimistic thoughts, it's going to allow you to be able to figure out what that goal is and to be more true in yourself and having confidence within your own ideas in order to find the position that you're looking for. That's going to translate in the like getting the job. And then your last card is the Five of Wands, which is kind of unfortunate for this reading because I feel like you're going to have to fight for a lot. Wand cards, the Five of Wands is competitive. You're in a very competitive place, competitive market, whatever you want to call it. So you're going to have to fight for this, which is why you need to get this stuff in order first, because you need to get that confidence and that passion to stand out, because there's going to be a lot of other people that are just like you doing the same thing. Do you have questions? I have sent too many applications. I hope I will hear good news soon. Maybe Ryker could get you a snack in between a reading. I don't know. It's fine. It's fine. I planned to be live until like an hour from now if people are still wanting readings. I'll be fine. But I do want chips. Chips would be nice. Chips or just dinner in and of itself. We gotta figure out what we're gonna eat for dinner. Oh, we're doing timeline shit. Wands equals spring, swords equal fall, summer equals cups. Yeah, I've done that before and it never works. Someone like did that for me and they're like, it's gonna happen in 8 days. It happened in 2 years. So, a job application I sent, is there any of these have a chance for me to get it? They want me to say there's always a chance, but I feel like you're gonna have to send a lot of applications in to get the job to get a job, because the job market sucks. But I can ask my pendulum. The job application I sent, is there any chance of me getting it? The way the question is worded says this: there is a chance. And will you get it goes to maybe. So, sorry I can't give you a very, very clear, concise answer, but future things are based upon like free will and a lot of people's free will. But I do feel like you're going to have to lay down the line. So if this job application comes back and is like, I'm ready to interview or whatever, that is where you need to go gun-ho with the like passion and the confidence and I'm the person you're looking for. So yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna move on to Dade. It's been a while. How's it going? I do think it's funny that you gave me $66 though. I wish you could give $666. That would be a lot, but like 66.6. $66.60. 666. That's what I get out of it. Is that mostly because I just remember drawing your Damon friend. So I just think it's funny. But are you here? How's it going? And Cindy, hopefully everything goes well for you. Hopefully the reading made sense. Thank you so much for purchasing a reading. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I see. Okay, sorry. I am new here, so I don't know what to expect. I thought tarot reading could give answers beyond this dimension. Future things are based upon your free will, so they do have the ability to be changed by what you do. Like I said, you could just not do anything. However, the way that I see it, I feel like it is going to be a couple months before you have a job. So that is the best prediction that I can give you. Things good with you lately? It has been a while. More positive than negative. That's good. I would say the same for me now. Things aren't as horrible as they used to be. But, yeah. But we can get into your reading. We're doing spirit guide readings for you. How many spirit guide readings have I given to you? I know that I drew one. Have I given you a reading past that? I just remember very vividly because I drew it for like a half hour, so. You have to try ketchup chip in Canada? What does that mean? Ketchup chips? There's ketchup chips? Do they taste like fries with ketchup? Or do they just taste like straight ketchup? And is that what you're saying? The planets moved. Let's see. There's 4 planets in retrograde. Which I kind of am feeling, so. I kind of feel like a mess. I can say things are going in the right direction at least. I don't think you have. Okay. Great. Ketchup flavored chips. So they taste like you're just eating crunchy ketchup? I know you're not the one that like said it, but I don't know. And then Cindy, I don't know which one I purchased, but it's not. Is it not a spirit reading? It's a tarot reading. You purchased a tarot reading. Right? You purchased a tarot reading. So tarot readings are more so like what you asked of what does my future like entail, like question based ones. I'm doing spirit guide readings, which is like who the spiritual beings around you are. So that's what Dade is getting. I don't know if that makes sense. Yeah, I reopened a spirit guide reading and then Dade got that, but Cindy got a tarot reading, which is the $35 one. Oh, we have those. Ketchup chips sound wrong. Me too. I don't really believe in the retrograde thing so much, but retrograde is like you look back at things. But looking back is uncomfortable. Leo retrograde and Mercury and the moon is just... And it's Leo season. Just asking, do you have ADHD? Because you give me ADHD vibes. Yes, I have ADHD and I'm autistic. So, neurospicy over here. I can't help it. But Dade, spirit guide reading. I don't like your cards. I'm going to get new ones. Because I keep seeing these. Honestly, I don't want to see them again. So I'm taking them out. And they can get creative. Yeah. Okay. I'm trying not to talk to your Damon friend, but he's like smoking a cigar and just staring at me, and I just need him to leave. Oh, okay. It's really funny too. Just last night I thought about having a spirit guide or tarot reading. Okay, let's do a female guide. Oh, just give me a second. My pendulum has a knot in it. Which I don't know how this happened. I need like tweezers. I might not have the patience to deal with this right now. You have a female spirit guide, and she's a little bit weird. She has like dark hair. She says she doesn't want to tell me a color. I was like, pick a color, and she's like, no, you can do this without that. And I'm like, great. She has dark hair. Just need to make sure this is not Lilith. She doesn't look like Lilith. This is not Lilith, but you're like Lilith. Great. She says maybe. Okay. You have a spirit guide who's female. She has dark hair and she is already annoying. I feel like she pushes you past your own comfort zone. I feel like you have a lot of dark guides, and I feel like you've gone through a lot of bullshit. So I feel like you've experienced a lot of trauma in your life, and it is overwhelming, hard, and it sucks. And I feel like... Not Issa? What do you mean? Well, I was wondering if he was still hanging around. But she's... She's your biggest cheerleader, but makes you feel very uncomfortable while doing it because she doesn't want you to stay in the same box. What are we doing now? Sorry for asking so many times. I'm just new here. My other guide, Issa. Did I tell you about Issa? I don't think so. I don't know that I can give names like that. We're doing a spirit guide reading for Dade. So if you don't know what a spirit guide is, we have these like spiritual beings that help guide us on our journey. So they're the ones that hold our like soul contract, and they like know what's up. They like know what you want to do in your life, and they help guide you in that sort of way. So, a lot of times the spirit guides will help you. When I do spirit guide readings, they'll talk about why they're here for you, what they're helping you with, and that sort of thing. But yeah, is this Issa? I don't know if I know. Is your spirit guide named Issa? On stream, you gave me a name for a guide. Issa! Were we doing Ouija board things? Because I don't remember that at all. Hold on. I can ask my pendulum if it is. That was a very long time ago. How can I have my spirit guide reading? They're sold out right now, but I can move some things around because people I feel like wanted that instead. I'll put one in here and then I'll remove some tarot readings. Yes, on the board. Dude, makes more sense because I'm like, I don't think I can give just flat out like whatevers. Kind of. I'm gonna do 2 here. Save changes. Okay. So, if people are interested in readings, I switched some things around. This is the wrong spot. Hold on. There you go. Follow the link that is pinned at the top of chat if you're interested in a spirit guide reading. I put 1 in there, and then there is 2 tarot readings. Okay, so for Dade, I can ask with my pendulum, is this Issa? I need you to stop shaking. Is this Issa? He is. Did I tell you things about her? She's like Freya. I've talked to Freya, and Freya, like, she's like empowerment, which is why I'm like, she's like Lilith, but she's not as scary as Lilith. She's just empowering. She's empowering you to go outside your comfort zone, but she is doing it in a forceful way, which is annoying. She knows that you are here for better, and she is pushing you to do that. She says you're prioritizing the wrong things. You're trying to do things in a traditional way, and it's not working for you. And she says that you are overwhelmed, but up for the challenge, and sort of defensive about it. She says, similar to me. You told me a little bit about her, not this new guide. And you told me a little bit about Issa, not this new guide. So you don't know if that's her. I don't know. I don't know if it's Issa. She has dark hair. It's like shoulder length. It's straight. She's very direct, forceful, masculine, annoying. She's annoying because she's like, you know, you should be doing this instead. You know that your insecurities are getting the better of you, and you just are selling yourself short, right? Why are you doing that? That's kind of weird. Why are you just, like, I'm not going to allow you to do that. Yeah, like, you think that you can, like, get around your insecurities by compensating for them? No. I'm going to take away your compensation. I'm going to take away your coping mechanisms, and I'm going to trigger the fuck out of you. Issa has a blue color, more like a cloud. Not Issa, then. She doesn't have a color. She's annoying. She's kind of, she, like, pokes the bear. She pokes you in, like, she knows how to, like, mess with your buttons and hits all of the buttons to make you uncomfortable so that you move in the way that she wants you to. And it's to empower you. But it doesn't feel empowering when she does it. It's kind of like, you're afraid to take the training wheels off of your bike, and she just hides them. She hides your training wheels. And then she says, and then she gives you a good push, and she's like, you'll fall and it's fine. You'll figure out how to not fall the next time. That's the spirit guide. She doesn't want me to tell you a color because that would be my training wheels. And she does the same thing for you. But she is talking about how she says that you have been okay with carrying, like, extra burden in your life. She says that you need to, like, prioritize yourself more, and you need to prioritize something else in your life. Like, I don't know. She's talking about, like, how do I explain this? She's, like, hard for me to talk to, and she's doing it on purpose. Okay, she's talking about repressed emotions. So, repressed emotions that you have about different things in your life, and you're kind of, like, trying to ignore it because the things have been kind of hard and difficult. So, in order for you to, like, function as a human being, you're kind of going forward because you have to. But she's also like, well, you seem to be doing better. Let's do you remember that thing that happened that you haven't taken care of yet? You should do that because it's on fire now. That's kind of like her vibe. It's funny you mentioned her intention because I've been feeling like breaking my mold lately. Yeah, it's very, well, it's time for you to go on stage, kid, kind of vibes. So she kind of like tells you to break a leg and pushes you on stage. But she's like, you are so much better than you let yourself be. and it is because you're insecure about letting someone down, just fail. It's fine. Just try again. You've done it before. You failed before. No one was mad at you. You didn't get in trouble. It was fine. So she's like, just do it. You know? You'll figure it out. It might fucking suck. Like, it fucking sucks to fall off your bike. But now you know whatever you did didn't work and you can try again. I know I'm making this seem very, very simple, and she's making it seem very, very simple. She's like, it's because it is simple. I'm like, you know, you're doing it. You know that you're like, you're letting your insecurities get the better of you, but, riding without training wheels is hard because it's scary. You're afraid to get hurt again. And I feel like it's a lot of things in your life too. So, yeah, do you have questions for her? She's a very interesting character. She makes me like on edge, to be honest. My phone wanted to record the screen, and I'm like, please stop doing that. She won't give a name. I suck at names. There are a couple things that I suck with: timelines, because I am time blind, so it translates, and names, and it's because I suck at names, so it translates. That's why we normally do names for spirit guides on like the Ouija board, because it's a lot easier to like do that. But yeah, can't give you a name, but you can give her a name, or you can ask her. This is what I do. I ask my spirit guides for their name, and then I ask them to give me a sign that I know it's their name. So like, Sebastian took me a while to get a name for. He gave me a TikTok, and it was like a random TikTok where this girl was like, the best name is Prince. So I was like, okay, your name is Prince. And then later on, he was like, I'm Prince Charming, and I look like Sebastian from Hogwarts Legacy. So now his name is Sebastian. Or Houdini is my black and blue spirit guide, and he told me his name through a spirit talker app. Like the Vox app from Amy's Crypt. It's like the app that like puts like phonetical sounds together. It literally said Houdini. It's crazy. You say, okay, I'll try that. Yeah. Let me know if you get a name for her. I would be interested to see. But yeah, that is the last reading that I have. If people are still interested, I'll sit on here for a little bit longer. But if no one buys anything, then I'll probably dip. Because I've done a couple. I've done a lot. But yeah, I don't know. People were talking before about, is there anything she wants me to push for? Anything she wants you to push for? I feel like it's a lot of things. Okay, so it is a lot of things. I'm trying to like put this into words. She like speaks in just like huge like explosions of thoughts. I told this to someone else in this way. You need to embrace change, because I feel like you get lost in the structure of the world because you feel more comfortable knowing an expectation of what's to come. But you get fucking so hurt when it doesn't happen. Because, okay, this is what she's explaining to me. So, she says that, Sorry, I'm trying to think about what I was about to say. Because it left me. You said it, like, right away. Okay. What was I thinking about? Oh, I totally, like, forgot my thought. Let me see if this will help. Dude, what did you want me to say? So, we're talking about change. She wants you to embrace change. But there's this insecurity that you have that is making you want to have an expectation of... Sorry, I'm trying to backpedal to remember what I was saying. To try to give you an expectation of, like, what's going to happen. Ah, okay, I remember. I have it now. Okay, so the insecurity that she's specifically pinpointing is the insecurity of feeling like you get the wind knocked out of you when something bad happens. So you have a coping mechanism, and correct me if I'm wrong, I can be wrong. She says you have a coping mechanism that makes you expect the worst situation to come out of any situation. You expect the absolute fucking worst to happen. And she's like, that coping mechanism only works for a certain amount of time because eventually it creates a scarcity mindset that makes you think that it will happen all the time. But we create this, like, scenario of, like, worst possible outcome, because if something happens that is not the worst possible outcome, then we don't feel like we got the wind knocked out of us. We feel fine. We're like, it's not as bad as it could be. But constantly expecting the worst to happen causes you to behave in a different way. So if you constantly think you're not going to get it, the worst possible thing is going to happen in a situation, your mindset is going to be like, well, maybe I should just not do it because I don't want to deal with the worst possible outcome. So they're like, sometimes you need to close your eyes and just trust that you can do it. The confidence, take the training wheels off. Damn, I'm being read so hard. I know, she's annoying, right? Because I have the same thing, because she was triggering that aspect of me too, because I'm like, fuck, it's gone, where is it, you know? And then I was like, okay, now I backpedaled, I remember. But yeah, she's like, that's the training wheels, because if you continue to ignore that, it's very easy for the universe to perpetuate that and be like, how do I want to say this? It's like you have this coping mechanism of like, okay, this thing, I'm about to do this thing. So this is the worst thing that could happen. So I'm going to be prepared. I'm going to prepare for the worst thing to happen. And then something happens in your life, and this is how the universe perpetuates this. Something happens in your life that is so left field that you did not see it coming whatsoever. And it could be like just like even just remotely tied to it, that just like butterfly fucking effects to make it fucking worse. And you're like, maybe I'm not really that good at predicting what will happen, and I still get put on my ass even when I am preparing for the worst possible outcome. And they're like, the universe gives you that a couple times, and you're like, okay, I'm done trying to guess, because the more you do that, the more you like expect the worst possible outcome, you will always just feel like you're not worthy of a good outcome. You will do things to prep for the worst possible outcome when you could just trust that you're going to get the best outcome, and then you will start preparing for the best outcome, and you're more likely to have the best outcome happen because you're prepping for the best outcome to happen. But it's very much like, the more you perpetuate that insecurity, the more the universe will fucking pick at it. And they'll pick at it by being like, oh, you're expecting the worst? I'll show you what the worst looks like. It's not what you're preparing for. Does that make sense? Which I know is like horrible to say, but that's what she's talking about. She's like, that's the scarcity mindset that is keeping you in this rigid idea of life. Because they're like, you're the fool in tarot. You are very much like free-spirited. You really just want to do, you just want to experience life. You want life to be simple so that you can just live, period, live. But you have had so much shit happen to you that you feel like you just have to relive the past. And she says, you don't. Yes, it does. Oh, you were thinking about. Let me show you more. Yeah, do you have any questions? Because I think I'll probably end the stream there at your reading. So let me know if you have questions. No more questions. Appreciate you. Hopefully my reading helped you, and hopefully my readings helped other people that purchase them. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this live stream, all of that. Thanks so much, Em. No problem. Thank you for purchasing your reading. It really helps us out. But yeah, I am thinking about doing more readings. I might try doing readings on TikTok. I might see how that goes. I don't know if people would come to my TikTok. So I need to take things out of here because I have decided that I am done doing this. So, yeah. I did. Great live. Paper Flower, you're always here. I really appreciate you. I love seeing, like, familiar faces. I don't know why I pictured the inside out control panel and an annoying kid messing with the buttons, but like intentionally. Maybe not relevant though. No, totally relevant. That's exactly her. She's like, oh, why do you have these here? And then she gets rid of them and you're like, I'm not ready for an upgrade yet. And she's like, you've been ready for an upgrade, honey. Anyways, but yeah, are you and Ryker doing another cooking stream anytime soon? Probably. We thought it was fun. Probably not for a while because we need to have money to buy food. So maybe in 2 weeks, maybe in a month. I don't know. It could be either. But we do like doing cooking streams, so we'll see about doing more of those for sure. But I'm glad you guys like that, because I think it was really fun to do. But if you guys are interested in those recipes, most of them are up on Patreon. I'm trying to give you the link. This is Patreon, so if you guys are interested in joining Smoke and Mirrors Patreon, that is the link there. But I'll see you guys later. I'll probably do some more live streams this week, so just follow us on Instagram and I'll update you there. And I will see you guys later. Bye!